Steve from Houndstooth Miniature Painting. Let's get started. Oh, wait, hold on. That should be fine. Okay, cool. Let's get started. These 5 and these 3 are going to be red. These are not going to be red. But we're going to get started priming everything. I just got a brand new airbrush today that is going to replace my Sparmax as my primary priming and varnishing airbrush. I am Steve of Houndstooth Miniature Painting. Welcome. It is Wednesday. I don't normally stream Wednesdays, but I'm doing it today because I feel like it. And I'm doing a whole bunch of nights. If you want to support my stream or my studio, please check out my Patreon. Cool. This is awesome. I do post the tip of the day every day. And by tip of the day, I mean an essay. A large amount of material. Alright, these are going to get primed the same way, so I'll go ahead and put them in the stack. However, they're not going to get sprayed with red. This one is going to get primed in a different color. I might as well do that one first. That's going to get primed with the gloss black. This will be my first time spraying with this new airbrush. We'll see how it goes. I'm expecting it to go pretty smoothly. There's the problem. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this. Oops. Hold on. Found an issue. Gonna fix that real quick. That's a little better. Not much better, but it's a little better. Okay. Let's try this. See how this goes. Is it lubed up? Let's lube it up. So this is my new Mr. Hobby PS. I don't even remember. 266. Okay. Alright, you know what, while we're at it, let's do these parts. Or at least the ones that are gonna be metal. Do that one. That one. This one. Not that one. This one. This one. No, nothing. Wait, double check. Yes. 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 No, no. Yes. Hey, dead zone. Hey, nacho quesadilla. That one. Not that one. Yes, this one. Yes, this one. Yes. Yes. Double yes. I'm not sure about that one. Nope. That's a no. This is a no. That's a no. That's a yes. That's a no. That's a yes. And that's a yes. Alright. Sweet! We've got a whole bunch of different figures going on right now, but this is all this pile here is for one figure. This is for one figure. This is parts for 5 other figures, or more than that. Sorry, 10 other figures. Part of a very large commission I'm doing right now. New airbrush came in today. Giving it a try. It is so far going super smooth. I should have bought it. I should have bought it last year. I made a mistake. Check your sales, say what's up. Fireworks show! I should have bought this in the beginning. I never should have bought that Star Max 35. Let me show you the difference between this and the Max 35. So, well, for one, I didn't pay attention when I bought the Max 35 last year on the cup size. So this is the Max 35 cup size, and this is supposed to be my priming airbrush. It's got a 2 milliliter cup, and I didn't realize that until I bought it. This is the PS266 that I just purchased. As you can see, the cup is much larger. I think it's a 15 milliliter cup. So I can load it with a ton of primer and go to town. Also, a 0.5. 0.4 probably would have been my preference, which is why I went with this last year, which is a 0.35. This is a 0.5. You know what? The 0.5 is the better idea. Plus, this is a much nicer brush, but this was also more expensive. This was $105. I think this was like $65. So, if I had it to do over again, I would have just bought this one from the get-go. These parts are going to take 2 coats. The glossy acts a little bit differently than the standard non-gloss primer, so I feel a little bit more comfortable with two pretty heavy coats, really. Kind of a top coat and then a secondary coat. But I want it to be fairly even and glossy looking, so we'll thicker than usual. It's going to be great for terrain as well. It's going to be great for everything, really. But the main thing is that well, it's not just the cup. I mean, the cup will be better for terrain for sure. But it's the nozzle size, because the nozzle size being much larger in diameter, means that it's just not going to clog as much with varnish in particular. Varnish has really been the big problem, because every time I go to varnish something, I've got to get it extra super duper extra clean in order for anything else to spray through it. So every time, because usually it's like you finish up a project and you varnish it, and then you go to start the next project and you prime it, but before you prime and after you varnish is like a hell to pay in cleaning, and so hopefully this will make it a little bit better. Okay. The second gloss coat on this guy. I think I'm out of gloss in the cup. I didn't load that much. How's everybody doing out there today? It's muggy, it's hot, it's a weird day. I don't have the best holders for these types of parts, do I? Ow. I fucked up my hand. I don't know, like last week. Still certain things bother it. It's still getting better, but it's a particular ligament between these two metacarpal heads. We'll see what this looks like when it dries. It looks like it rejected the primer a little bit. It might need to get cleaned better. We'll see. It's hard to say. This primer's a little different. Parts. I'd hate to have to strip these and start over, but might have to. Let's see. This one looks fine though. I think this is going to take 2 coats. We'll see. Sabi! What's up, Furkan? How you doing? Let's see. This one, yes, this one. Okay. So right now I'm using the gloss black primer for the parts that are primarily going to be metallic. The parts that are not going to be metallic are going to get non-gloss primer in a little bit. All these parts are primarily metallic. It's hot as hell. Why can't I get my air conditioner? Hold on. Also, I'm breathing up a storm in here. Whew. Okay, let's see. More holders, maybe? I cleaned up the desk a little bit. So the part that went missing the other day, remember, I don't know if anybody remembers, but there was a point at which I thought I knocked something off the desk to the right, and I heard something clatter on the ground, and that was it. That was that was when I lost that piece, and that was where the piece was. So I found it last night when I was cleaning up. Like, it's gonna show up. I mean, it's not. I know it's not gone. And I suspected I lost it right at that time that I had taken it out onto the table. But that was true. Somebody had thought correctly that I had like maybe moved the cord for the headphones that runs across the table. I pushed something off the table, which is exactly what happened. So, good thinking person who figured that out. Right, a bunch of more parts to spray. Let's see. Not sure about this one. Figure that out. There you go. A little bit more tension on the top. That worked a little better. A little less tension on the bottom. That's better. Okay. Oh, there we go. Much better. So this morning when I walked in the room, I looked at the pile of Hawkshroud armor plates that we finished up yesterday, finished this airbrushing on, and I was just so much happier with the yellow than I was. I mean, I liked it the other day, but I walked in this morning and I was like, that's it. That's the thing. That's much better. That's perfect. I just knew I'd hit the spot I wanted to be in. Hey, Jake Rob, what's going on? How are you? New airbrush came in today. What's new with you, Jake Rod? You need a 0.7? .07 I don't think it's possible. 0.17? That's either a 0.7 or a 0.17. 0.07 is not an option. Unless it's not metric. Actually, I don't even know if 0.7 is an option. This is a 0.5. Cool though. I'm sure it's gonna be great, whatever it is. Great for something. .7. 0.7, okay. That's a big one. That's a big boy. Giant! We're empty again. 0.7's almost a full millimeter. I'm not much about to start painting my worker again. Nice. What did you start working on? I can't remember which. Did you start any of the models yet, or have you been working on terrain? Or I don't remember what you've been working on for Warcry. There's probably no stream tomorrow, so just remember that, guys. Stream tomorrow is most likely canceled. I gotta go take care of a bunch of shit. I gotta go back to my parents' place. Visit my family. I haven't seen them in a few months, actually. Hi, what type of paint you use for primer? It's really both. I'm not using, well, so I use a specific primer that is designed to be used as a primer, which is acrylic polyurethane. So this is a water-based acrylic polyurethane. It has both words on it because it's both. Water-based acrylic polyurethane, that's what I use. Of all the primers I've tried, this is by far the best. By far. It is very, very good. It's from a very shitty company, but it is the best primer. I broke the nozzle on one of my Grexes, so since it's just a primer airbrush, I thought I would go with the largest needle nozzle. That's cool. Smart. See how you like it. 7's real big. This is, I just moved up to 0.5. That's what this is. I moved from a 0.35. This was a big step up. 0.7 is going to be real, real big, but you might like it a lot, so it might be worth it. It might be good. Or it might be a little too big. It's possible. Can't say yet. Nobody knows. Something to hold on to here. Warlander TV! Hey, what's up, Warlander? You at work? Oh, I gotta pee again. Instagram, sweet, hold on. Is that your broken nozzle? No, that is your iron golems. Cool. Thanks, man. They look great. Oh, okay, cool. These aren't going to be yellow. All the ones you see now are going to be non-yellow. These ones over here are going to be red, and these are going to be metallic. Sorry, I know I speak a little fast sometimes. What's up, Warlander bro? Hiding in the office, killing time. Oh yeah. Give that a minute. Oh ha ha! Let's start on this. I wonder if I should just go with a slightly different pressure. It says to spray with a 0.5 needle, which is now what I have, between 20 and 30 psi. I used to spray at 35 psi, but that was because I was using a much smaller needle. Now I'm at like 25 psi on a 0.5. A little under 25. Yep. We worked on those a little bit yesterday. We did a lot more building of. I built 8 for chainswords yesterday. Oops. All right, let's make sure we get all of the sides, top, back, front, all of that. Okay. Beds on the depth of my one airbrush is incredible. Laut auf Laken. Laut auf Laken. Of course I didn't get it. What do you expect, man? Come on, you know better. Of course I didn't get it. I resemble that remark. You ask too much of me. Alright, and all the things black. Alright, this one's good-ish to go. How about this thing? This swivelly armored thing. Weather alerts, probably. Lot of locking! I don't know what to read above. Oh, priming your abs. Gotcha. I missed stuff.
From the council to the citiest bars, from the reaches of space to the pillars of a sorry grace. There are battle womatarians lacking in humility.
I got it, I got it.
The reach and flexibility, the clutter of the city spreads to the lowliest stars. But no matter what scars you bear, whatever you wear.
Oh, fuck you, J-Crod! Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, you motherfucker! It was funny, but fuck you! Ooh. Lot of rockin'!
Whatever uniform you wear, you can fight like a Krogan, run like a leopard, but you never be
Is that actually right? Have we confirmed? I think J-Crod knows how to speak German, maybe. It sounds right. Now for now, Ken. Alright, I want to be done with the gloss black for a while. I want to get this goddamn mask off for a little while. Is that it? Is that all those parts? Please be yes. I think so. Okay. Let's just make sure we cover all the edges here. Alright. Alrighty then, let's finish this piece. This piece is not done. Almost done with the gloss black. Okay. How much is left in here? A lot. That looks pretty good, and let's double check this one. So a lot of this is going to get sprayed with metallics. We're going to do more metallic spraying later. We have so much to spray. I could spray all day long today. No, absolutely not. 100 Reaver Titans? I don't even know if I can pull off one Reaver Titan. I hope so, but what was that? Oh, thank you for the sparks. We're putting out fires. Did I miss a bunch of Cranky Nerd stuff, or was that yesterday? I would probably only ever do 2. That's enough, right? You know what? The funny thing is, whenever we say the name of any Titan that is not a GW Classic Titan, Warhounds are the only ones that, like, I actually feel like I get a grip of the size of without reference. Like, I don't have to look it up. Like, whenever you say any other Titan, like, it's just abstract to me. I can't really... I just know it's big, and I can't really tell you how big it is. I mean, I've seen them, but, like, I can't... I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just... I'm not even sure how big it is. Warlord is like a toddler. Reaver is like a 2-year-old. Warhound is a small cat. Alright, that sounds about right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Warlords I like. Reavers are... What is the... What's the Porphyrian? Is the Porphyrian a Warlord? Because I like the look of that one. It's a big knight. Oh, okay. I like Porphyrians. I like their weird, like, roundedness. A little taller than a Dominus, that's it? That's an actual Porphyrian, or that's or that the Titanicus Porphyrian? See, that's funny, because the design of it always makes me think they're much bigger, and I've never seen one. I've seen pictures, but never with a reference. Like, never with another object near it for me to tell how big or small it really is. $40k scale one, okay. Alright, we're gonna set aside all of the parts for what's-his-face. Canis Rex. Are you empty yet? You're not even anywhere near empty yet. Because you're a big-ass cup now. Oh, you're empty now. It's quite a bit taller. Yeah, I thought it was pretty big. I know Scott got one, yeah. Yes, well, yeah, Scott did. Nikki and Scott. It's Scott's. It's Scott's baby. I think he got it for his birthday or something. They got it at, I think, they picked it up at the Citadel, I think. They live right near the Citadel. I mean, I don't know what right near means. Could be like an hour away, but they live pretty close to the Citadel, I think. Twice as tall as a regular knight. Yeah, see, that's... I'm gonna have to see pictures of it, because, like, next to other things. Because, where does that put it relative to a Warhound, then? Still smaller than a Warhound? Way smaller than a Warhound, okay. I didn't think Warhounds were that big. I thought they were like only like that tall. Not warlords, I mean warhounds. Isn't that what they're called? Warhounds? The little doggy ones. Cat dogs. 45 to 50 centimeters raw for a Reaver. Isn't that what Vin Diesel was in Riddick? A Pro-Furian? He was a Furian. Damn, dude! Don't ever reference that middle Riddick movie, Chronicles of Riddick. I don't really remember the third one. I'm not sure I've even seen the whole thing all the way through. The first one's great. The second one is ridiculous. It's like an embarrassment, and I think everybody would rather forget it. All right, now we're gonna move on to these. Now, they're all gonna get primed the same, but once we get through the priming, one of the little ones and one of the big ones gets pulled out because they won't be made red. Because although they're gonna be for House Raven, one of these and one of these is gonna be all chevrons, so it gets no red. So, all chevrons. Nothing but chevrons. Okay. Now it's time for me to make the PP. Oh, I won't do it in this chair, but I will get up and go to another chair, a special chair, with a hole in it. But I won't sit in the hole. I'll kind of stand in front of the hole and aim in the general direction. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Where's the regular black primer? Here it is. So luckily they were smart enough to put a white top thing on the gloss black, so I can tell the gloss black from the regular black. Thanks, guys! Hopefully we'll get to putting the metallic on those parts at the end of this stream. But before that, we gotta spray at least 7 colors. So, but these are pretty flat pieces, so it doesn't take quite as long to manipulate them. So we gotta do gray primer, black primer, gray primer, white primer. It says in this one picture I'm looking at that a Warhound is 10.5 inches tall, the Reaver is 15.3 inches tall, the Warlord is 22.5. Well, where's the Porphyrian fit then? Did we get a Porphyrian number? 7 inches? What's a knight? 6? .25 or .247? Oh Jesus! Squeak, dude! I love that door. I know. You know what? Complain about that door all you want. I'm not doing anything about it. It'll never happen. I know. Riddick was the third movie. Yeah, but did they redefine him as a different type of Furian? No, the second movie was the one that established him as the last of the Furians or whatever, which was ridiculous. But he wasn't really the last of the Furians, because the spoilers for the second movie was just fucking awful. God. Hey, what's up, Rowdy Souls? Was the other dude who was the retainer to the leader guy was also a Furian? Surprise, surprise! Oh no! And so he betrayed the dude and whatever. It was awful. That movie's just bad. I can understand what they were trying to do. I can respect the intent of being like, hey, let's do a Riddick movie, but let's flip it around and not have it be let's have it be a space opera rather than just like Pitch Black. Let's do something different. I can respect the intent, but the result was trash. Dame Judi Dench as like a puff of air. Like, that movie is just ridiculous. Yeah, we're talking about the Riddick films. Hey, what's up, Malev? The D&D influence is so obvious because of Vin Diesel. Oh, well, I don't know. Did he have any? Maybe. I don't know what influence he had on that film. What up, squads? Oh, cleaning up this new airbrush. Can't be. So I bought a PS266, Mr. Hobby. Thank you to the stream. This was like my birthday gift week because I got this airbrush and I got this chair. They showed up this week. And also 2 for 2. The second morning I've woken up since I've gotten the chair, and my back pain has been like gone, knocked down the hill to almost nothing. Which I thought that my back pain was coming from my mattress because it was happening every day when I woke up, and I was like, oh my god, my back kills me, but only when I woke up, and then it would get better. And so I just assumed it was my mattress. But I got a chair, and I haven't changed my mattress, and now my back pain's gone. So, the third film was his passion project. Ah, right. Yes, the third film was his doing. The second film, I don't know, but I just assumed he just was part of it, but not like running the show. Alright, let's clean off the needle. Let's lube it up a little bit again. It looks nice. Oh, it looks so nice. So, yeah, I mean, this needle's a big, beefy bad boy because it's a 0.5. Yeah, but it's pretty nice. The only thing that I still have to do in regards to this chair is I have to get a footrest because I'm still too short for this chair. My feet don't really touch the ground if I sit where I probably should be sitting. The balls of my feet do, but my heels don't. And it makes it a little bit harder to kind of position myself probably in where I should be sitting in the chair. So I just have to get one of those little footrests. I kind of figured it only really needs to be like 1.5 inches tall. My other chair used to sit closer to the ground. He did Fast and Furious films to get the rights to Riddick. Really? What a weirdo. Was he even in Tokyo Drift? Was he a producer on Tokyo Drift? You know, I don't think I've ever seen all of Tokyo Drift. I've seen some of it, but I don't think I've seen the whole thing. Doesn't Tokyo Drift take place like after Fast 6 or something? Because one of the dudes dies at the beginning of Tokyo Drift or something, I think, but he's alive in like Fast 6. I don't know, but I certainly can't give you guys a accurate timeline of the Fast and the Furious movies. Grab a 2x6, toss it under the desk. Yeah, that would work for sure. That would absolutely do it. Alright. So let's see, I lubed it, cleaned it, we're good to go. The front looks clean. Right. Oh man, this is so much better. Big squirt. Got a big fill in there. Lots of stars! What's up, Coral Garlic 6205? Coral Garlic 6205 sounds like one of those names that they give you when you haven't picked your own name yet. Did you just sign up for a Mixer account, or maybe you chose it? Yes, it is. But it's also a really good one because I got one that's just stupid. Coral Garlic I actually enjoy because, you know, I like the idea of a reef of garlic somewhere in an ocean on some planet. Alright, I need my mask, which I have placed somewhere. I'll never find it. How about right here to my left, right? Yeah, sounds like an amazing anime character, agree. So I haven't found an exact measurement, but I found a size comparison video that shows the Warhound is a bit, maybe 1.5 inches taller than the Night Porphyrion. Okay, cool. See, I don't know, I feel like the Porphyrion is the next size, like, if I were picking, right? Like, it's not for me to pick, because I'm not going to be doing these for myself ever. But The Porphyrion would be the one I would do next.
I'm not a big fan of those, what's that, Cerastus? Not a big Cerastus brand. No pressure! Nope, not as stupid as your mixer name. J-Crad's mixer name is the stupidest. Like, he blames his kids, but I'm not so sure. I am not convinced that his kids are the ones at fault there. Coral Garlic, Quest for the Super Dimensional Sailor Egg. I play that game in a heartbeat. I'd get the collector's edition. Ooh, what's a Mew Karoon? They added some new ones. Oh, that's what a Mew Karoon is. Okay. I didn't see what the name of that was yesterday. I used it. Thanks for the sparks. Yeah, they switched it all around. They got rid of Robodactyl. I was sad. I was like, what the hell's Robodactyl? Like, some of them they just moved to higher levels. But Robodactyl's just straight up gone. As far as I can tell. Yeah, you know what? It really is that other primer. It just goes on weird. For whatever reason, the glass primer doesn't behave the same way. Well, oh. Are you clogged? No, not clogged. Dries a lot faster too. I just like this primer. This black primer is just so good. That gloss black. I mean, it's nice to be. It's great for metallics to have that gloss, but the primer behaves differently. This is like a pleasure to use. Literally a pleasure. Like, I am pleased. Alright, one down. Cat! Or the sequel, Coral Garlic, Advanced Ronin Detective in Time. Oh my god! I'm getting the Game Gear version of that one. I think it needs to be like Coral Garlic Saga or something to be a real anime. Yeah, I agree. They made it so I can't send the fairy anymore. Wait, what? Why? I thought you could. Wait, what? I thought I saw it last night. There's no fairy? Oh yeah, the fairy's gone. Oh, there is a fairy, but it's level 80. Oh, got it. I haven't tried the Mermaid Corgi swim yet, but I'm gonna find somebody I feel like spending 40,000 sparks on. I only have 180,000, so... Do you earn sparks for playing Xbox games? Do they, like, if you're just playing on your Xbox, do you earn sparks? Ah, gotcha. Of course. And did you get a free sub? Cyborg Adventure Trooper Outlaw Garlic Coral would be the main series. Yeah, of course. Before the time wait. In the original timeline. Oops. Don't do that. Don't do that! Don't spray primer everywhere. The word coral only makes me think of the meme with Rick from The Walking Dead. I don't know that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, I do know that one. Coral! Yep. Which only makes me think of the awesome bad lip reading song Carl Papa. Carl Papa. I remember that song came out like a couple days before I went to Walking Dead convention with my mom and my sister. They came down to New York City to come hang out, which was rare. And where I went to New Jersey to go to a Walking Dead con, which kind of sucked, in all honesty. Those types of cons aren't for me because they're almost exclusively paying a lot of money for signatures. There's not a lot of other content of any kind. I don't know, like it's a spare stream, so I'm just kind of on until I feel like ending. It's not like a scheduled one. I do have to go get some shit out of my car, but it's been raining, so I gotta clean my car out because like it's gotta be like empty and clean. Because I gotta go take it for an inspection tomorrow. But before that, my dad's gonna change the brakes. He loves doing brake work because he knows how. And he'll freak out if my car's dirty. He'll just lose his mind. I understand. But he's also changing my brakes for free, so. Alright, cool, man. Pepper Lilypad, Ultimate Golden Mutant, is his arch nemesis. Damn, man, you gotta write these down. Pepper Lilypad. What's his main form of vehicle? What does he ride around in, or on, or with, or for? Coral Garlic. I want to say in season 3, Coral Garlic winds up with a Coral Golem. Maybe it's like a doppelganger. It like that starts off as an enemy but becomes a friend. You know that's a thing. What's up, Fire Monkey Paints? It has, of course, it has lore. Coral Garlic 6205. Are you somebody that I might know from elsewhere? Did you sign up for a Mixer account? But is this Dark Lore? No, Dark Lore has an actual account. Motorbike boots. Each boot is a mini motorcycle. Of course they are. It is. I also want to say Coral Golem's name is his full name is Coral Golem 65. And he's a big Rob Zombie fan. By the end of season 2, Pepper Lilypad becomes allies with Coral Garlic, aka Goku and Vegeta. Nice. Nice. I like that. Pepper Lilypad. Pepper Lilypad. Is Pepper Lilypad what? I don't know what Pepper Lilypad's gender is. It probably doesn't even matter, but. Oh, hold on. We lost a magnet. I think we lost 2 magnets. I gotta find the other one. Yep, we lost 2 magnets. Hold on. Issues, people. Issues. It's that Windows sound. Hold on, I gotta get the right orientation here. Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's the one that's missing. Of course. Yeah, okay. Okay, so they're gonna go in this way. Hold on, double check it again. Yep, that's right. Alright, re-gluing this thing. I have the worst username on Mixer. Crowd Foreskin. They realized they are both from the same seasoning-based image. Oh no! I feel like that was when the show jumped the shark and went off the rails. Was when we start following all the flavored core. It's like when the Green Lantern Corps like decided there were all these like other colored core. It's like they go to the umami dimension or something. Oh god. Just say no! Right in! We're gonna start a letter writing campaign before this show is even a real thing. Alright, our magnets are in. When did they get invaded by the alien fungus-based seasoning forms? Oh, Marmite, Vegemite.
I actually have a thing of Marmite in the other room. I sometimes just dip my finger in it and lick it. That's a true story, because I love Marmite. Alright, I'm sorry, this mask gets gross. I have to occasionally take it off. My old mask was better because it had a better ventilation thing. It would let you breathe out the vapor, but this one's probably a little safer. And the other one's broken. What's up, Dino? Oh yeah, dude, we're doing nights forever. Well, no, hopefully not. I mean, I'd love to be done in like 3 weeks, but more nights. Jesus, how many of them are there? Exclamation point nights. It's 25. Is that like season 6 when the writers have given up on internal consistency? Yeah, but you know what? I'd like to think that they bring in like an expert or like somebody in season 5 or 6 from a totally different genre. Like I want to feel like they bring in Stephen King, like Joe Hill or somebody. Like in season 5, and he's like, I've never written an anime before, but we're just gonna move the whole thing to New England. Like, oh, okay, cool, Coral Garlic in New England. And he makes a deal with the devil, and they've got some special powers, and there's a book that transports them to another dimension. And then everyone's like, yeah, but the whole Coral Garlic saga really turned around and got really weird, but it was actually really good. And then at some point later, after they reboot it, in what would be season 7 or 8, but it's a complete reboot. This is like 15 years later. They just completely ignore seasons 5 and 6 or whatever. They ignore the like Joe Hill seasons. Then there's the Ancient China episode where they visit the oyster saucians. Ooh, oyster saucians. I feel like there's got to be this like whole plot line of that fermentation where there's these like special space yeast or something. Yeah, some random town name. It's not exactly Castle Rock. It's got to be like slightly different, like rock with an R-A-W-K. Castler Rock, C-A-S-T-L-E-R. I gotta go. Have a good stream. Oh, take care, everybody. Souls. Thanks so much for keeping us going on the Coral Garlic kick. Slayton Keep. I like it. I like it. There it is. Fantasy New England. Slayton Keep. All right, here we go. More airbrushing.
No, wait, hold on.
So I did need to know the answer to this question before I continue for some reason. Coral Garlic, have we met before? I know we're making fun of your name and all that in a good way. But, like, I don't know if I should associate with you with another account on another platform. Like, oh, it's so-and-so. They just started a mixer thing. They didn't change their name. Now they're not going to because they're Coral Garlic 6205 forever. But if there's an association to be made with somebody else who I already am aware of by a different name, I've been in your Twitch, but not really. Okay, so you've been there, but I don't know who you are. That's cool. It's not like somebody that like I talk to every day. Okay.
Coral Garlic. Mine's dumb. I don't remember what it is, but it's really, really bad. It's not as awesome as Coral Garlic. How much faster I can get through large areas with. It's insane. This is insane, people. Look at that. It's fine. I need to give it a second coat, but let's just give it a minute. That took no time at all. Alright, let's let that dry. We're gonna hit it again. Let's start the small ones. Slayton Keep. I've heard tales. Yeah, has anybody, speaking of Slayton Keep, has anybody watched the show Castle Rock? And if so, is it any good? I've never seen it. I'll take that as a no. Nobody's seen Castle Rock, which is totally fine. I don't even know what it's on. Is it on Amazon? Hulu? I'm not sure. Sounds like a Hulu thing. I don't even have Hulu anymore. There's some good stuff on Hulu, but not enough. Hulu's like for fans of network television who don't have network television. Like, where else am I gonna watch Making a Murderer? No, what was that show called? How to Get Away with Murder. Two men enter, one man leaves by Occam's Laser. Nice. Did he do a whole Mad Max themed album? Because he's got a few songs with Mad Max memes. So, advertising segment here real quick.
For anybody that doesn't know, I have a Patreon, and that's where you can support my endeavors and my stream. But one of the cool things that's new on the Patreon that we started last week is a tip of the day post. Every day I post something. I haven't missed a day yet. I promised I would do 5 days a week, but I haven't skipped a day. I've done every day. And they're not short. Jay Crowd or anybody else in here that sees them can tell you. They're a pretty good value. For $1 a month, you get access to all of that information in writing, where you can refer back to it. It's a really, really good deal. If somebody offered me that deal of what I'm offering to people for as little as $1 a month, it's a really good deal. So if you're not part of the Patreon, I highly recommend you click on that link over to Patreon. I'm Houndstooth Minis on Patreon. Pledge at least $1, and you will have access to the patron-only Discord channel on my Discord server, and you will also have access to those tip of the day posts every day. You like them, Flying Monkey? Good. I'm glad you like them. They're not bad, right? I'm gonna make a bold statement, and if you guys don't agree, please let me know, because it's good information for me to have. I think at $1 a month, that's the best value in like mini painting educational material. I remember when Hulu seemed like they would be the premier streaming service. Not sure what they're at now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're solid, but they're... I remember that too. I mean, was it 2010 I had Hulu and Netflix? I remember Hulu had a ton of anime at the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, counts right. Let's do a second coat on everything. The black doesn't matter too much for a lot of this because it's gonna get gone over with other stuff, so but might as well. Doesn't hurt to have some coverage. We definitely don't want to have any gray plastic showing through. So. Oh, Flying Monkey. I would agree. 10x if you're a that's true. It's better for beginners, obviously. I've been painting for decades, and you taught me or reminded me of some things in those posts. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the truth about anything you're going to talk about with hobby. Is like, experienced people already know that shit. So, yes, I guess that actually leads me to a good question then. What I know that you are super experienced. What kind of is there anything that I could be adding? Or another dimension that I could kind of go into that would be of better value to somebody like you, Flying Monkey? That you already thought out of, maybe, and you're like, oh, damn, if only he did this, I would actually care. nuzzles the void. Just embrace it, man. Base coat, wash, dry brush. How hard is it? Good point, Coral Garlic. You're right. Don't kidnap your family. I'm sorry, they're already in Nicaragua. It's too late. It's been done. You guys are fast. Well, what you don't understand, Coral Garlic, is we already made that order before you made that statement. They were already getting kidnapped. I already decided that needed to happen when I realized what was going to happen in Season 6 of the Coral Garlic Saga. It's like Misery. I decided to kidnap your family, and then I was probably going to, afterwards, hold you hostage in, like, a small cabin out in the woods of, like, Colorado. Until you agreed to help me get my way in Season 6 of the Coral Garlic Saga. So it sounds fast, but it's not that fast. We already made the decision an hour ago. I blame you, Coral Garlic. Eye for an eye, it's only fair. Man, everybody's always coming up with new things that should be the channel branding. Forget about embrace the void. We should just go with eye for an eye, it's only fair. Welcome to Houndstooth Minis. I really want to work on the mango squigs. I have so many other things that really should, for a million reasons, be higher priority. But I really would like to work on mango squigs. Maybe I can find an hour later tonight. Dude, this airbrush is just a beast. This is what I needed all along. I'm such an idiot for buying that other one last year. I was afraid that this was going to be too coarse, you know? Like, it would just spray too much, too fast, and I couldn't control it, and I'd waste a lot of paint. And that's not the case. So it came with the same sort of question and answer pictorial, like, anime comic. Does anybody here read Japanese, like, fluently? So most of it, I can tell what it is by the pictures, but there's one question and answer, and I can't tell what the question is, and I can't tell what the answer is. I used to be able to read Japanese years ago because I took a couple semesters of it in college, but even then I didn't read it all that well. Screaming futilely into the great nothingness. Welcome to Houndstooth Minis. Yes. Man, we're just gonna create a whole line of t-shirts. Embrace the void. That's the main one. That's really what I'm all about. My arm is still sore from lifting this chair up the stairs the other day. It was brutal, man. My friend was home on the second floor, but I think he was sleeping. So I knocked on his door, but he didn't answer, and I didn't try to... At that point, I was just like, I'm just gonna try to move this by myself. So I think the package was 85 pounds. That's what the FedEx bill says. I'm not sure if it really was 85 pounds, or if that's just like the dimensional weight. But I believe, based on how heavy the box actually was to move, that it probably was 85 pounds. So I rolled the box up the stairs. Thank God the chair was actually in one piece when I got to the top of the stairs, because then I would have been, I wonder if it's all destroyed because I rolled the box up the stairs. And when I say rolled, I mean like a wagon wheel. Like I planted one corner and like flipped it end over end to move it up 2 stairs, and then I just repeated that process. I swear this isn't a chair stream and I'm looking for a drop to mini part. Welcome to Houndstooth Minis. Dude, whatever. Chair streams are the best. You know you guys are all about the chair streams. Medic, have you been streaming lately? Man, you got a shout out on the other day. Did I tell you this already? You got a shout out on Wintertide's channel. Because Wintertime was talking about the other streamers to watch that he really enjoyed. And he was like, hey, you can go watch Jan and so and Kinetic Medic. And I was like, damn! Damn, son! Medic has made the big leagues. You got mentioned in the same breath as Genuine Vision. That's pretty good. Alright. I swear this isn't a chair stream. This makes me want to consider switching to that other nozzle type that's easier to backflush, because I can just stick my whole thumb over it. Sorry, I'm back here where you can't see. I did last Wednesday night, and I will be again tonight. Oh, and yes, I am officially sponsored. You're officially sponsored by who? The Coral Garlic mobile game? I know that the person that we refer to as Coral Garlic 6205, I think it's 60, is it 6205? Is an actual person. It is 6205. Wow, I actually memorized that. Thank you, Crick. You'll nerd, but not them fires. 60,000 sparks. Holy crap, Nolia. Why did this thing turn red? They changed the color of this. Rank 31. Now it's pink. What am I trying to say? Well, one, I need to pour this back in. We're done with the black primer. We're gonna go to gray primer. I have so many more parts I could even do, but what I'm trying to do is, rather than try to do like the same one thing on 100 million parts all at once, like break it into batches. There's other things that I need to spray red. There's other things I need to zenithal prime, but fuck it. If I do it all at once, I'll lose my mind. Oh, excuse me. Ninja Division / Army Painter. Oh, are you really? You are officially sponsored. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. They're sponsoring my Chibi Nights. That's nice, man. I have no problem with that. It's funny, though, because I guess that makes sense. So, I never quite finished the conversation because I kept getting kind of sidetracked by things that somebody was saying that were kind of interesting, so we went down that path. But I had considered, and I think he took offense to the first part of my statement without me getting to the second part, which basically would have said I had reconsidered. Which was, I had considered like completely swearing off all sponsored streams, and then I started looking at streams, and that was when I realized I can't and shouldn't do that. But I still prefer unsponsored streams. But that doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't bother me, dude. If you're doing Chibi Nights and they're sponsoring you and you get some little chibis to paint, cool, good for you, man. I don't have any issue with that. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't taint everything. It doesn't taint all proceedings. Alright. There's a lot of water in here. Let's just dump it out. I'm actually gonna need a bigger water bottle now, aren't I? Maybe not. Bom, 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 bom. Alright, black will now become gray. So, there's basically like, how many steps? Probably maybe 7 steps in this process. We finished the first one, but they get faster. They only get faster. The first one takes the most time because it's an even coat all the way across. The next coat is a little bit of gray, the next coat is a little bit of white. Then the next coat after that is a little bit of dark red over mostly the black areas. And then we move up our successive reds. It's going to be 6 or 7 steps, I'm not sure. Yeah, Flying Monkey, thank you so much again for supporting my Patreon. I do appreciate that. And same thing with Medic, for being awesome patrons. I do have to probably put together a credit sequence for the stream. So I might actually also be paying somebody. I gotta figure out what my finances are going to be exactly at the end of September. But thinking about finally paying somebody to do a nice overlay for me. We don't have to do emotes. We don't have to pay for that. But be right back screen and an overlay would be kind of nice. There we go! Or not. Oh, what happened, Coral Garlic? Did you try something? Did you try something and fail? Oh, you tried to change your name? It still says, oh, Coral Garlic Saga, yes! Oh, damn. I wonder how many times this happens that somebody gets a random mixer name and they're like, that's perfect! Or almost perfect. In this case, the only thing that was imperfect was the number 6205. It's like, I like Coral Garlic, but I don't like being one of many. I'm gonna be the only one, and I'm gonna be, like, super story-based and extra powerful, so... Coral Garlic Saga! It is born. Oh, it worked. Yeah, that's awesome. Whoa! There's a PlayStation emote? Why even is there a PlayStation emote? Isn't this a Xbox-based platform? That's like having Burger King crowns at McDonald's. Oh, that's weird. They have a Nintendo Switch. Okay, I don't understand any of this. Is this like better Twitch TV for Mixer? Is it because they don't allow you to say the names of those platforms? You can only show in pictorial form? You know, sometimes I wonder what Restream's deal is. Like, how do they make any money? You can buy premium services, but I don't even know why. Like, I'm not exactly sure what I would get that would actually help me. The corporate accounts are one thing, but I can't imagine there's enough people with corporate accounts for Restream. Cranky old nerd, 120,000 sparks, well done. Magical Realms of Tir Nanog. Escape from Necron 7. Revenge of Choo Choo Line! The official game of the movie. Chapter 2 of the Hoops Barkley? Damn! Made me think a little bit of Niles Barkley. But... probably so you can trash talk them in emotes. Probably, yeah. Did I tell you guys about what happened the other day? It was yesterday morning. I might have mentioned this on stream last night. Yesterday... Okay, so... As I mentioned, this new chair, I woke up yesterday and I felt amazing in that my back didn't hurt. And for whatever reason, I like grabbed my phone and started looking at Instagram, and I saw this picture of a really cool model thing that my friend Dates was putting together with some Infinity Minis and like some sort of model ATV thing that he'd found, right? It was really, really cool. And I decided I was going to respond with the words mind blown or mind blowing, and then I proceeded to find emotes and make a little, like, I found like was like an excited face and then a squinty face and then like an explosion, and I was like, okay, that it was like I was trying to do like a scanners thing, right? So anyway, I thought I got it. I found the emotes and I put all 3 emotes in, or 4 emotes, whatever it was, and I hit enter. It was like, cool, and I didn't even think about it again. Then, later that evening, I saw that there was a notification that Dates had seen and responded and liked my reply. But then I realized what my message actually said was not mind blown. It said, like, Ming blowed. Ming, M-I-N-G, space, and it said either blowed or blowy or something. It was like... I think he got it because of the emotes. I think he figured out what it was supposed to say. Plus, Ming blowy just didn't make any sense. But it said something like Ming blowy. And then I explained it. Do you even American? Exactly, right? I don't even speak native tongue. No, just don't comment on an Instagram post until, like, for me. Note to self, don't comment on an Instagram post until you've been awake for at least 7 minutes. Yeah, wasn't good. I don't think he's mad or anything. But I explained it. I think he found it amusing. Alright, here we go. Gray coming in. Coming in hot with the gray primer. Mask going back on.
Ming blowy. Oh, Space Marine. You think, Dino? I think that's a compliment. Is that a compliment? I'm gonna turn the pressure up just a little bit more. Yeah, I've seen those. Stay for the Ming blowy! Oh, Jesus. Yep. What you been doing, Dino? How you doing? How are things? Ming blowy void embracing action. Yep. Welcome to House of Goonies. Embrace the void.
Oh, so for those of you that were looking for a possible update, that Kickstarter that I was helping to promote back in July, or whenever it was, it was in July, that never launched. They're launching at the end of September, well, that's the plan. I won't be doing another stream for them because they're planning on doing promotion for it while I'm planning on being away. Trying to get up to Utica and maybe New Hampshire around that time. So, I won't be around, but, check them out. Oh, there! How do you follow on this here interwebsite? Oh, did you follow? Wait, what the hell just happened? Oh, Coral Garlic Saga has followed! Uh-oh, we're getting raided. Trigostar! After all that, everyone's streaming, paying Amazons, they didn't launch? No, they didn't launch. I tried to ask why, and I got an answer that I didn't understand. But right, after like 7 people volunteered their time to, yes. Whatever, that's all we'll say about that. Trigostar! Thank you for the raid! Welcome everybody, how you doing? I'm Steve. My mask is not on my face like it should be. It's not actually protecting me right now. Hold on.
It's in the main channel? Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about on, Discord? Gabinetto, thank you for the follow. Yeah, try not to end up with black one. Yeah, black one's bad. Try not to die. So we've been mostly airbrushing. I gotta do airbrush, thank God. That's a little bit better for bigger stuff and for varnishing and priming. A 0.5 needle nozzle combo. I'm working on doing some. We're gonna start some panel modulation on all of these plates for half of the night, not even half of the nights that I have to do. And we also
previously, earlier in the stream, we sprayed with gloss black the parts. Oh yeah, the parts for Canis Rex, because these are going to get metallized, and metal winds up being a little shinier over gloss black primer. So, how was your stream? What did you end up working on? Yeah, I finished a third black orc for the Blood Bowl team, and just trying out. And you put it somewhere that I can maybe see it, but if I can find it. Oh, my channel. Yes, thank you. You know. Okay, let's show everybody what's what. Alright, here's Dino's stuff. Oops, nope, that's not Dino's stuff. Help if I click on the right buttons. There we go. We're going to Primaris Chaplain. Oh, super cool. What chapter or what colors? These are Dino's. He's been working on some Blood Bowl stuff for a while. He's also working on some stuff for Warcry. Third Black Orc. Oh, sorry. Very cool. I love what you're doing with the skin. Your own chapter. Oh, very cool. If you've got anything you want to share and tell us about your own chapter. We just spent like half an hour talking about this new, not real anime saga called the Coral Garlic Saga. So, I multi-stream to multiple platforms at once, and so I'm also on Mixer, and somebody, if you sign up for a Mixer account, it like gives you a default name, and then you have to change it to the name that you're choosing. So, somebody that is in here now, Coral Garlic Saga, was given the name Coral Garlic 6205, and we decided that we started going off and off and off, on and on about it. After 20 years, the team will be done. Dude, let's have a party. Let's get some cake. One left and 2 blitzers, that's it? 3 more?
impressive. Let's use a pork. Baby, I got you. Taco! Thank you for those sparks. Thank you, old nerd. These are gonna be red. Oh. Is there any merit in the single action? No. No, just don't bother with single. Because I don't think you need a single for anything at this size. Like, I don't think there's any reason that a modeler needs a single action. Yeah. Yeah, wait till another day, Dino. Oh, one of those little cute stubby cake decorating ones or whatever. Do it because you want to. Xtab, do it for the funsies. You work by my schedule, midgets. Damn. I'm glad you're not my dad, Warlander. Who else is glad Warlander's not their dad? Me, this guy. Thanks again for the raid, Trigostar. I really appreciate it. Station identification. I am Steve of Houndstooth Miniature Painting. More and more people are just calling me Steve. I like that, actually. Alrighty, bedtime. Take care, Dino. Have a great night. Like I said, probably no stream tomorrow. I gotta go do car stuff. I got real life shit I have to take care of tomorrow, so unfortunately, probably no stream tomorrow night. What's new? What's everybody up to? Anybody have anything exciting they want to share? Like, I just had a baby! I just made a baby! I just conceived a baby! I just ate a baby! Singles ate my baby. You ever do that? Drop something and you instantaneously, like, squeeze your legs together so hard in case that thing drops into your lap? I just did that. That's the thing. The Roddy Pack! Hey, thanks for the host. How you been? I haven't seen you before. You've been Roddy Packed in the past. Damn it, I think I'm like 1 drop shy of gray. Yeah. I need like 2 more drops of gray primer. Hey, thanks for the host, I appreciate it. So my freezer is probably gonna be super full tomorrow after I get home, because I haven't been to visit my parents in several months, and my parents
got involved in one of those like subscription meat services. I never prime my thinner. No, I never prime my thinner. The Badger Steiner's primer bottle specifically says don't thin this shit, and like, because primer works a little weird in how it works, essentially, I try not to mess with the concentrations of things, unless they say to. Like, some types of primer and stuff will say right on it, like, oh, hey, feel free to dilute this with up to whatever percentage of whatever. It'll tell you, oh, you can use 50% lager thinner, you're good to go. But if it doesn't tell me that, like this stuff, if it specifically says please don't thin this, I don't thin it. I figured they know better. Sage 4567, how are you? So yeah, my parents got into this like subscription meat service. It's one of those things. I think it's Walden local, so it's all supposed to be like local meat within like 50 miles of where they live or whatever. And it's all frozen, and it shows up. They drop it off in like one of those bags, like mirror reflective inner freezer bags. And the thing is, my mom loves to cook. She loves food. She's a great cook. She's kind of a foodie, but she had a gastric bypass. My dad has never eaten a lot. He's always been like super skinny, and my sister, who lives there, also doesn't eat like anything ever. So the 3 of them together eat like half as much as I do, or less. And like combined, I don't mean like each, I mean like all 3 of them together eat like nothing. But they buy tons of food all the time. Like my parents, their date night thing, like the thing they do every week, like together, that keeps them from tearing each other apart, is buying groceries on Sunday. Like they go to the Asian grocery store, they go to the regular grocery store, they go and buy food together. But they don't eat any of it. So the thing is, like, they have the subscription meat service, but it comes frozen and then it goes into the freezer. And if I don't visit on a regular basis and receive a bag of stuff from my mom to take home and put in my freezer, their freezer gets like super overfilled. The last time that I hadn't visited in a while and they didn't give me a bag of like frozen meat, like I tried to open the freezer and like the door didn't open because there was like so much meat inside that like you couldn't even open the freezer anymore. So I'm expecting that tomorrow I'm gonna go and leave with like 2 giant bags full of like racks of ribs and steaks and shit. I mean, if I don't, that's fine too. It's not like I'm counting on it. I just know what they're like. And the thing is, like, I love my parents, but neither of my parents are the types of people that change. Like, they don't see a situation and go, oh, you know what, this situation could be improved, or like, there's a problem here, let's change it, let's fix it. Like, we're buying 3 times more frozen meat than we're using, let's maybe not buy all this frozen meat. But they don't have that possibility. Like, they've never, I mean, it drives me crazy. But and that's fine. I mean, they are, you know, they're their own people, that's totally cool. But they just don't They don't respond to stimuli the same way that I would expect a normal person to. Like, hey guys, if you have so much frozen meat that you can't even store it anymore, maybe you should stop buying it. You're actually spending money on this shit. But the good news is I'm gonna get a bunch of free meat tomorrow, probably. So. And it's actually really high quality stuff too. It's all like organic, local meat. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. What's up, Lestat? How you doing? Can't beat your free meat. Damn, let's put that on a t-shirt. Alright, we're going to white. Oh, now we've got a thing. So, at this point, I don't want to use this big brush, because now we need to finesse it a little bit. So I'm going to swap back to the brush I used to use for priming. This one. Unfortunately, I'm going to need an extra... I don't have another one of these. Quick Connect. For colors, we might even use the other airbrush, the smallest airbrush. This isn't a detail brush. So now I have a 0.5, a 0.35, and a 0.2. Actually, perfectly even 1.5s apart. Alright, we should be able to spray in this bad boy now. We need white primer. That would be this. I'm sure that is already on a t-shirt. Yeah, good point. But it doesn't say embrace the void, huh, Student Minis? Do you prime with the big one on the Knights or on anything you prime? Probably in the future, I'm going to use it for pretty much everything I varnish. Probably everything I prime, or at least if it's a all-over base prime coat. If it's a spot prime, like on a zenithal prime, I might not use the big airbrush. I might switch to this one. Like right now, for the third color, I'm switching to the middle airbrush. Just because even I noticed as I was trying to, like on this, I was trying to do just like the upper corner here with the gray. Like I wound up getting a lot of overspray onto this part, like to the side. Like, well, you can see it over here. See how the side wound up being really gray? It doesn't matter because we're still going to do color after this too. It's not a big deal. But the point is I don't have as much control with the big airbrush. So if you want control, switch downshift or whatever, upshift. Change gears. I gotta use the bathroom again. I'm gonna get up briefly. I'll be right back. This is like the third bathroom trip. I drank coffee. That's the reason. I drank coffee. Right back, guys. Bio break. Hey, what's up, In Repose? Alright. I'm not going to put the mask on for this. This is a really small step. White primer next, and then we're going to do 3 colors of red at least. Oh, and bang that camera. Hey, camera, come back. There we go. Have a good stream. Oh, thanks, Tragostar. You need to crash. Take care. Ah, cranky old nerd. Guys, if you have any suggestions for a future tip of the day, let me know. If you haven't joined my Patreon yet, guys, it's probably like the best deal right now. $1 a month gets you access to the tip of the day post. And actually, I'm thinking about changing it. I'm already thinking like since these tip of the day posts are taking me a lot of time and they're a lot more work than I had initially intended, I was literally gonna write 2 sentences, like every day, just type 2 sentences, and be done. Tip of the day, like a fortune cookie, but it's turned into a big thing. So I'm thinking about bumping it up to the $5 tier, but probably not until next month, if it happens at all. But for right now, it's definitely the best deal. I almost want to say this. I almost want to say it's like, if I get enough people in at $1 or whatever to cover the time that it's taking me to do these, then I won't feel like I need to change it. I'm not. No. Alright, little airbrush, here we go. Alright. Baby, I got you. Alright, so now we're getting our sort of color modulation on here. Oop. Oh, that's actually a little benefit of the way I put the paper on the table. There's now like basically a front rolled edge, because let me see if I can show you guys. See how this is rolled now? So this like bounced this way and then freaking ski balled like up and then back down. Damn! Oops. Hey, Sarcastic Cynic! Putting out them fires! Are you streaming tonight? It's Wednesday, right? What up, Cynic? Oh! Oh, there it is! Oh my god, I've been wanting to see that since I discovered that it existed. I just saw it, I saw it. If you're on Mixer, you also would have seen it. It was a swimming mermaid corgi. And it's every bit as glorious as you'd think it should be. Who the hell came up with that idea? I wanna shake that person's hand. We're hanging out in the office and I thought we should have a corgi dressed as a mermaid that swims by in the chat window. Fireworks show. So, wait. I haven't seen the fireworks show yet. Like, people have purchased it on my stream and other streams, but I've never seen it happen. I don't understand the fireworks show. Oh, you're setting up. Nice. Like, I didn't see any fireworks. But then again, I've never seen the motorcycle slide either, so... Angry Cat. I'm not really sure why the Angry Cat actually shows up in the alerts and the other ones don't. I like the Angry Cat. Guys, make sure you're following. You're gonna be on Mixer tonight, Twitch, both. Sarcastic Cynic is gonna be playing some Mass Effect 2. Commander Shepard gonna be kicking it. You know, as you do when you're a Commander Shepard. Both multi-streaming. You heard it here first. Dual wielding them lightsabers. Monster Prom! Oh, playing something short. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, you told me this too. Yeah, I don't remember anything. You know that, right? I'm dumb. And I have a short memory. Oh, you can have alcohol again? You're gonna be off the medication that is preventing you from alcoholizing? Oh, that reminds me, I think I still have 1 beer left. Damn, this, Did I bend this needle? No, it just looks weird because this paint on one side. Okay. So Pressure Rock says that they have like 27 hours of synthwave music, but the truth is they have like 17 versions of the same 4 songs by Scandroid and Miracle of Sound. And let's be honest, how the hell did Miracle of Sound get classified as synthwave? And they've got some Occam's Laser. But it's all either Scandroid or Occam's Laser. They're like the only people that are making synthwave music that's copyright free. Neuro told me to stop taking it immediately. Oh wow. Why? Because you were having a reaction? That's the only reason I'd usually tell somebody to like stop taking the shit. Or did they test your blood and the concentration's super high? And they were like, you're gonna have a seizure and die. Stop taking this. You're gonna die. Did they tell you could start drinking alcohol though? Nero, I don't trust Nero. I never trust Nero. Nero doesn't know shit. If there's 2 departments that never know what the fuck they're talking about, it's neuro and family medicine. That's what I learned at residency. If there's 2 departments that you're just gonna like completely not listen to because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, it's always neuro and family medicine. Everybody else, you take them seriously. Urology tells you something, take it seriously. You know, GI, anybody else, even like the speech and swallow therapist lady. Take her seriously. Nutritionist, maybe. Neuro, not so much. Family medicine, never. You know, as somebody who trained as a podiatrist, I'll tell you that like there's a whole range of podiatry jokes about how podiatrists like don't know what they're doing and don't know anything, whatever. But I'll tell you, in the hospital system I was in, nobody knew less than family medicine. and family medicine's whole thing is to be like general practitioners, right? Like they're supposed to know a little bit of everything, but they know like nothing about anything. They actually even made me one of the guys who was one of the family medicine doctors was the in-house he was like the employee doctor. He was the employee health doctor. So technically he became my doctor. They sent me to employee health. And holy shit, worst doctor I've ever dealt with in my life. He was his biggest concern was that I wasn't married. He was like, "You're not married. You're like gonna die." I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, you're a doctor. I shouldn't have to tell you that. He's like, yeah, you need to get like married. Like, what the fuck, dude? What kind of medical advice is that? It's like, maybe you need to watch your cultural biases. The 3 seizures I had happened when I was sleeping and not when I awake. So he doesn't want me on anti-seizure meds. That makes sense. I was so offended by that. It's like, dude, seriously, My life problems are not because I'm not married. Like, you'd feel better if I was married. Doesn't mean that's what needs to happen. I used to have epilepsy, was on the meds for 15 years. Turned out it was a combo of lack of sleep and PC gaming. Did that warning on games about light seizure? That got me. It took me 15 years to work it out. RTS games cause it the most. Really? RTSs? I didn't know that. My ex's brother is an orthopedic surgeon, and well, you can only imagine what he has to say about podiatrists. Yeah, that's fair. Well, and the truth is, well, yeah. I don't even want to get into that whole conversation. There's a weird situation, right? So here's how it works. So orthopedists didn't want to do a lot of shit for a long time, and so they didn't, and it left a gap. And some people who were podiatrists filled the gap, but actual podiatry training and podiatry school is fucking awful. And the people that they take into podiatry programs and podiatry schools are fucking awful. In general. I mean, some people are cool, like me. But, not everybody. And so, initially there was no pushback until then the orthopedists were like, oh shit, some of the podiatrists actually got good. But then there was more pushback because they realized not all of the podiatrists were good, because then some of the podiatry programs and stuff were trying to teach everybody how to do shit, but they had really bad students. So they were like, okay, well now we're gonna make it so that all podiatrists have to learn how to do ankle surgery. But you know, it's some of the podiatry students and podiatrists that I've met, like they should just stick to cutting toenails. Like, yeah, it's just trying to learn how to anything complex is just not their thing. So I totally get where orthopedic surgeons are coming from to a degree. They're also and the other thing is like they're right and they're wrong. Like some of the older orthopedic surgeons are judging podiatrists based on either certain states or podiatrists of certain eras, which is fair because, well, the bottom line is that in podiatry there's a very uneven skill set. Some people are really well trained and some people are not. I got pretty decent training in a really horrible place. And part of what was awesome about my training was working with orthopedic surgeons, and part of what was awesome about my training was working with fucking retarded, I shouldn't use that word, but really, really horrible podiatrists that taught me a lot of things never to do. Mini seizures. I had an EEG and it was clear. Yes, for me, StarCraft was when I noticed it was the games. It is the old joke, people who are married don't live longer. It just feels like it takes longer to die, yeah, right? Dude, that was so odd. That guy was so weird. I mean, you know what? You know how there's, like, certain jobs that only people get, like, if they can't seem to do anything else? Employee health doctor in a hospital is one of those. Like, that's not the job you get because you're an amazing doctor. That's the job you get because you can't do shit. Are we judging podiatrists? Oh god, no, we're trying not to do that. I am one, so let's not do that. I mean, I'll shit on podiatrists all the time, but I feel like I can do that because I've spent a lot of time with them. There's a tendency for podiatrists to mess up everything. Everything! And it's not every podiatrist, but like I was saying, there's a lot of really bad podiatrists out there. There's a lot of really good ones too, it's just very not uniform. Or I get a lot of referrals for things they miss. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I mean, so part of the problem is this, right? So it's like, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. A lot of the older podiatrists just don't have the training to understand the shit that is now considered to be part of the profession that wasn't when they first got their training. And so they're totally out of their league, but instead of referring to people that can handle that shit, they just have these like default stupid things they do, like sending people to physiotherapists but not actually getting a correct diagnosis. Like, there's lots of shit like that, and it's just because they don't know what to do. I mean, what really should happen is that there should be a really serious relicensing thing that goes on where basically, you know, 2/3 of podiatrists just lose their fucking licenses forever. But, you know, that'll never happen for political reasons, and, you know, it's just not going to be how anything would ever go down. But, you know, a lot of... I'm thinking of particular people, but, you know, there were people that trained me that just had no fucking clue. No fucking clue. And everybody knew it, too. It's like... And I'd like, complain to another attending physician later, like, oh my god, you've got to see what we did today. It's like, this person came in with this horrible deformity or whatever, and they were like, you need to put these heel raises in your shoes. Like, that's not gonna fucking fix this person's club foot, dude. I ran into the weird opposite problem with old LMTs. They used to be able to do more, and now it's legally not allowed without certain certifications. And I'll get a referral from a retiring one, and the client wants me to do a what? Yeah. That's the same in all industry fields of expertise. Just stopping before mowing. Oh, you gonna mow? Yeah, it's tough. It's I don't know. I mean, eventually it should age out, right? Like, to some degree. I mean, the training is getting better, and the candidates are getting better, even if they're still bad. That was one of the things that was hard for me, I think, with podiatry. It was like, I felt like in a really weird place with that whole profession, because it was like, okay, if you want to go hard and learn how to do everything and be really good at all this stuff, you can, but you're always going to be up against all of this bullshit from all the people that don't know that you're allowed to do that in this state. They don't know that you know how to do this stuff. Like, you're going to get treated like shit even though you're really good at it because in the past, you know, the orthopedic surgeon did the... I mean, like, listen, just because orthopedic surgeons, like, know how to do certain shit doesn't mean they do it well. I trained with this orthopedic surgeon whose fucking Achilles repairs were ridiculous. I was like, that's not even an Achilles repair. You cut this person open, you made their Achilles worse, you didn't fix it, and you're gonna put them in a cast and it's gonna heal on their own. You actually made it worse, but nobody's gonna know that. Like, I mean, whew, some really terrible stuff out there. But, you know, that's, like, it's just very difficult to, you know, to gauge who's good and who's bad. Have you seen any patients with really smelly feet? Oh my god, yeah, so many. You just get used to it. I mean, the thing is, like, shoes are a health problem. And, you know, not that people don't come in sandals that don't have smelly feet, but shoes themselves are a health problem. They really are. I mean, it's just weird. Like, and you find that out in most professions. Like, there's good and bad people everywhere, and then there's like there's a set hierarchy, but the hierarchy doesn't make any sense because there's so many terrible people from the higher tier of the hierarchy, and so many amazing people in the lower tier of the hierarchy that it's like this hierarchy doesn't make any sense. Yeah, crush our feet for fashion. Yeah, you crush your feet and you don't let them breathe, and they sweat into a bag all day. Alright, time to do colors. Alright, let's get some whole red. Hey, what's up, Pranic, by the way? I didn't even say hello. Hello, Brandon. Guys, if you haven't... Oh, hold on. Let me get this paint. Flip back around. As here we are. If you haven't followed the Painting Bees are my friends. I actually also am now supporting them on Patreon because that's the right thing to do. You know what? If you guys like a stream and you want to support them, the best way you can support a stream that has a Patreon is to join the Patreon. It's absolutely the best. Oh man, I had a client years ago that was older, had worn heels for her entire 40-year career. Great even tones, I'll appreciate. Thank you, in repose. Oh yeah, she just had like a rigid Aquinas. I've seen it. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm wearing shoes right now. I try not to. Actually, a lot of the times when you see me streaming, I don't have shoes on. I don't walk around my house in shoes most of the time. Sometimes I'll have socks on, a lot of times I don't. So, not that I wanted to turn today into a foot stream or anything, but I used to be a runner, and I got into running while I was in podiatry school, and it was during the height of the barefoot running phase, like thing, which, if you want my opinion on, barefoot running is the best. It's the best thing you can do. But the thing is, like, people basically came to the conclusion at the end of the barefoot, like, kind of movement that it was bad. But the reason that kind of people decided it was bad was primarily because you couldn't just, like, start doing it right away 50 miles a day and have it work. Like, oh yeah, no, you know what? If you keep your feet in little plastic coffins all the time and they don't have any muscle tone and you haven't, you know, built up the strength of the bones, of course you're gonna frickin' injure your feet if you start, like, going crazy on them. But people were like, no, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, like, that's exactly how it works. You've got a condition, exactly. I always tell people, because I used to train people to barefoot run, it was like, your first day, 200 yards, that's it. 200 yards, you're done. Like, yeah, but I go, nope. 200 yards, you're done. That's it. Like, I usually run 4 miles. I don't give a shit. 200 yards, you're done. Tomorrow you can do 300. What do you think about those walking, running sandals that look like feet? Yeah, I used to wear them. They're fine, but what's much, much better is actually not wearing shoes. If you can get away with it. So the way I usually run is I run either with those or just another type of really thin shoe in my hands. I hold them in my hands, or I stick my hands in them and run. And that way, if you get to a place when you're running barefoot, if your skin starts to feel iffy, or if you cut yourself, or if something happens. I mean, I only cut myself like once or twice. I didn't, not even really cut. I got a little piece of sand, like a really tiny piece of sand. The kind of sand that's smaller than the folds in your skin. Like, it got me. That's how I got. I stepped on giant rocks that were sharp, and they just embedded themselves in my heel, and I just, like, picked it off, and there was no cut or anything. But when our funds, cough cars suck, yeah, settle down, we have our eyes on a few painters and music artists we're going to support. Yeah, I started hitting up a few. I hit, well, I got you guys, I got my friend Sporty Spice, who's an artist, and Hannah Hanabi. I smell this. I'm gonna put my mask on. It smells like sugar. Yeah, so I used to wear those Vibram 5 fingers all the time. I've gone through many pairs of them, and they'll often tell you that you should only, you know, for heavily cushioned shoes, you should only wear them for like 200 to 500 miles, whatever, like 250. I got like 1,400 miles out of a pair of Vibrams. They're awesome.
Anyway, hold on.
Let me get caught up on chat. My Patreon growth has been really bad. Really, really, really bad. I thought that maybe when I took away the sub button that it would be better than it was. It has been, and it's been really, really terrible. I set up Patreon, but could not think of what to do that would be unique for backers. Thought I might need a bigger audience before anyone would follow. What you doing? Hey, what's up, Bliss Bobby? I'm working on airbrushing some parts for some Imperial Knights for Warhammer 40k. We're doing a whole bunch of them. I'm going to check those out. I have foot problems. They're not a fix for foot problems in repose. Arthritis behind my big toe. Yeah, it's not going to help you. I mean, I would stay away from them, honestly. If you've got serious problems already, don't do it. It's only they're the best thing for like kids and people that don't have problems, and they'll help you avoid problems. But once you already have arthritis in your big toe or something, stay away from a 5 and 5 fingers type shoe. Discord is a great option in my opinion. Yeah, I have a private channel for patrons. I also offer lessons, and now what we do on my Patreon for the last week and a half is daily tips of the day. I do like almost an essay every day now, but I don't think enough people really know about it. So next week, I'm gonna start showing them off on Facebook. So if you follow on Facebook, you'll get a couple free samples of my tip of the day posts. And when I say tip of the day, originally the intent was for it to be a tip of like a couple of sentences, but they've turned into like page-long essays with like more than a few paragraphs. So yeah, and right now, although I'm starting to rethink this, right now the thought is, right now you get into it at any level. So a $1 pledge gets you the tip of the day, and it's like a ridiculous value particularly for beginner painters. If you're a very experienced painter, there's going to be stuff in tip of the day that you already know. You don't care. That's fine. It's not, it's not going to be equal value for everybody. For newish painters, like, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Yeah, see, that was kind of like almost what I initially thought it was gonna be. Something like that, but now it's turned into like, I haven't even tried counting up the number of words in my tip of the days. Probably like 1,000. It's more like, it's even more than topic of the day. Hey, what's up, Redzy?
It's topic of the day is really what it is. Guys, Redzy is on Mixer. If you have a Mixer account, make sure that you're following Redzy. I think Redzy might also be on Twitch. He is a mini painter. He's a new mini painter. We're running low on paint. What's up? Alright, remember, one of these is going aside, one of these is going aside. They're not going to get red because they're going to be chevrons only. Why do I see a family of frogs on your desk? I don't know. Old podiatrists never learn. That is basically a good tip of the day.
No, in all seriousness though, if you have to see a podiatrist, see somebody who received their training after 2010. If they got their residency training before 2010, I'd be wary. Maybe 2008, but late to early aughts. I mean, late aughts.
Good night, Immerpose. What else has everybody got going on today? You know, I'm not even usually streaming on a Wednesday. I'm getting a little hungry again, though. So I'll show you guys if you want to see where I left the yellow armor panels. They're done now, or the main color's done. Letting it dry. I'm gonna do some edge highlights on it. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe do some edge highlighting tonight. But I did this process on the yellow armor panels already, so if anybody wants to see that, I'd be happy to show you in just a few minutes. Three and 5, yep. You were out like a moth today? What's that mean?
Out like a moth? I just ate 5 tacos. Oh, damn. I want tacos. Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. I finally recovered from allergy-derived sickness. Oh, damn. So catching up on work stuff. Damn. Upping my medical marijuana game went from 21% THC to 36% THC. Wait, is that the same word? Laut Offenchen. No, that's not what it was, right? Laut Offenchen? Laugh out loud? Lights were confusing and my head was pounding. Oh, damn, that sucks. I'm sorry. Sorry, Pranic. Alright, we're done with the whole red. We're gonna switch over to Mephiston red. And yes, these ones over here are staying black and white, because those are going to get chevrons, but they're not going to get red. They're still part of House Raven, but I've got one big knight and one little knight that don't have any red on their main carapace. We also, because we've done more, how long is this? We've been 2.5 hours into the stream, we also primed these glossy because we're gonna probably throw some metallics down on these. This is for Canis Rex. So they got black gloss primer instead of. Oh, I actually should have done. There's other parts in here I should have done the black primer on, black and gray and white, but I can do that tomorrow. Or whenever. Tomorrow I'm gonna be traveling. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna go to Massachusetts, get everything done that I need to get done, and then come back here and then live my life. If in the worst case scenario, I could even be stuck in Massachusetts for like through Saturday. My dad's gonna be repairing my brakes. He's gonna be replacing the brake pads and stuff. And he's done it before, and I know he knows how to do it, and he'll be fine. But if something goes wrong and he needs a part or something, I might be stranded there for a little while. I could also take public transportation and come home, so that could also happen. But, shit, we'll see. My retired dad needs things to do. Hey, 07, Joe Ferk, what's up, man? Thank you for the host. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I think we're gonna do Mephiston Red next, but I'm not a big fan of Mephiston Red. I don't like the paint. The color's fine. Oh, you know what we're gonna mix? Is it Mephiston? Yeah, we can mix Mephiston Red. We can thin it with Crimson ink. That's what I did last time. Let me find that thing of Crimson ink. It should be right here underneath these two screws. You know what I decided? I'm probably gonna think about getting one of those Gundam style sprue racks we were talking about last night. What is this color? Tuskor fur. And I'm gonna look for my Evil Sun Scarlet. So I tend to use more GW colors on GW projects. I like this color better, or this paint better, which is the game color Scarlet Blood. It's pretty similar in color to Evil Sun Scarlet, but I just like this one better. But because it's GW and it might need to get color matched in the future, I'll just stick to Evil Suns. Even though it's a lot more of a pain in the ass to work with. What's going on? What you making? Hey, what's up, Cobain's 20GA? I am sort of, but not really. I'm working on Imperial Knights for Warhammer 40k. I don't have a completed one. I'm working on a whole army. So right now, I've got a whole bunch of just little parts. I don't even think I have too many other things on my table I could show you and be like, hey, here's the kinds of things that I paint. I have a couple things. Like, I do little models. So here's a model for a game called Infinity. I know that we're not all that close up or focused in right now, but I do stuff like that. And here's another model that's still on my desk. Sometimes I paint stuff like this, but right now I'm working on all these big armor plates for some big robot dudes. This is the kind of stuff you usually find on my channel. And thanks for popping in, by the way. Cobain's 20 gauge. Just bought a few of the Space Mouselings from Reaper. Oh, cool. I haven't seen the Space Mouselings. Shaking up these paints. We're about to turn these red, all these armor plates. My friend wants to know how much they run. For the models themselves or to have them painted? Let's just go with the models themselves. Like, each one of these big ones is like 150 bucks. What you see is parts for 3 of the big ones. So even just buying those kits is gonna cost you $600. These are, was it 2 for 60 or something? 2 for 80? I can't remember for the little guys. Laut Aflocken is correct. Thanks, J-Cry. And then I'm painting them, which takes a whole tremendous number of hours, and it's a few hundred each for the big ones. Yeah. Well, that's very expensive. It's very expensive. Like, if you want to play a game that's not super expensive, don't play Warhammer. Warhammer is just ridiculously expensive. I don't recommend it. I mean, yeah, that's actually completely honest. I don't really recommend Warhammer. Yeah. But most people paint them themselves. Like, if you want to spend, the thing is, like, yes, okay, it's really expensive to paint, to have somebody paint an Imperial Knight for you to a high level. But then, let's say you don't want to do that, you still want to have it painted. It's like, okay, well then, you're gonna spend as much money on like materials just to have the tools to do it, and then you're still not gonna be able to do it. And then you're gonna spend another hundreds and hundreds of hours to learn the skill to then to be able to do it. So just put $42 into 5 minis, the bases, and 4 paints. My wallet is crying. What minis did you get? Hey, what's up, Unexpected? What did you wind up picking up? You know what, Jake Rod? You gave me a box of these, a big bag of pipette things, and I just I keep losing the damn bag. It's around somewhere. I keep seeing it on occasion. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the bag. Before I like misplace it again, like immediately. I've misplaced this bag like 7 times. I don't know where it is. Alright, I'm gonna thin this red paint with this red ink. That will both increase the pigment density, but also decrease the viscosity. You're not smart enough? I don't know. You know better than I do. I bought these 50-cent brushes too at the hobby store. These are great for like stirring my airbrush. Oh, just the mouselings. Okay, cool. The Reaper mouselings. 5 of them, bases and paints, are $42. Yeah, probably a lot of that was paints, right? That's just a polite way to agree. Really? Is it really polite? Is it really a good idea? Alright. Back flush. I haven't seen those muslings. I've seen muslings in general. I've seen that are fine. This is looking good. Let's spray this. All right.
Lurk painting mode. Go for it, unexpected. Space left, center, right flamer, and heavy. Alright. I missed something. Kill teams of kill team of Mouseling proxies? That'd be cool. Let me make sure I'm actually on cam. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. Gun! Left, right, commander, heavy, flamer. Nice. What's a left and a right? What makes one left and one right? Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'm Steve with House Miniature Painting. Welcome to my stream. Working our way through a really big project. So after this, we're going to do at least one more red. I might actually hit it with white. I think I'm going to hit it with white and then crimson or scarlet. Looking left and looking right. Okay. Take care, Roddy Pack. Have a good one. Thanks so much for the host. So, let me tell you guys about my my new favorite thing to watch on Twitch. It is not mini painting. I've been watching all these creature cams. There's actually a category on Twitch called animals. There's one I'm not so sure about how valid this stream is. I think it's called like Carolina Critters. And they feed all of the raccoons. And I just never thought that was like a good idea, but it's not a wild animal if you're feeding it every day. But it is fascinating to watch. And there's boxes and stuff there too. That's the best one I found was that Carolina Critters. There's been a couple other ones that I've watched a bit. I'm a generic fan of Farmer Spence's streams. I don't know those. I gotta check that out.
So Pranik's got a fish cam on the Killer Bees stream. Penny Bees. Why did I say Killer Bees? This was my favorite tag team in wrestling in the 80s. That's probably why. Anyway, eventually I am going to get a bearded dragon. And we probably will have a dragon cam. I've still been thinking that through.
You sure? Maybe, you might.
So the thing that I've been thinking about is dragon enclosures. So right now I don't have a roommate. I have like a 3-bedroom apartment to myself. So how did that happen? Two of my oldest friends live downstairs. They've lived in this building for like 12 years. And their landlord's great. And there was a fire accidentally caused by my friend on the porch. And after the fire, the person that was living up here like basically moved out. It was like they couldn't really live here while there was still the fire and the repair and all that, so she basically was living at her mother's house. So she got let out of her lease, and then this place was available. So I moved in with a friend, or with a person that I barely knew, but I knew of as a whole thing. And he fucked me over, and then I kicked him out. Now, when we moved in, we were like, you know, let's just split the space, and then let's not even have a third roommate. We'll just have an extra room to mess around with, and then, you know, be great. Well, he never even, like, moved in. He never moved in any furniture. He never moved anything. He, like, lived out of a backpack while he lived here for, like, 9 months. And I kicked him out. And then I was like, this is just my place. So now I never got another roommate, and I have a ton of space. So I have a room that I could just turn into the dragon room. But I have a lot of experience with keeping reptiles in the past. It's just been a long time. So I have a room that could be the dragon room. Just like literally could just be the dragon's room. Like that room. I mean, like he'll still have an enclosure and all that. But nothing else even needs to be in that room. But I want to also make sure that like it's stimulated all the time. So, you know, me being able to play with it and be nearby, like I'd rather have it be here, like right there, because that way he could watch me while I'm painting or whatever all day, which would be cool. The only problem is when I'm doing plastic glue and stuff, it stinks in a bad way, and there's, you know, I can ventilate the room, but I still don't think it's a great idea to have a bearded dragon in the room if I'm going to have like plastic glue and stuff. I can wear a respirator, the dragon can't. So I'm thinking, do I set up 2 enclosures, one in like the dragon's own bedroom, plus have it like his space in my workroom, like in my painting studio, and then have him hang out here with me in the painting studio on days when I'm not doing things that are dangerous for him, and then other days just move him, keep him in his room, or her room. I mean, I don't know what gender I'm gonna get. I'm thinking about getting a male just so I don't have to deal with egg binding and all that, but that's what I've been thinking through lately. So I definitely want to get one. I'm pretty sure I want to try to keep a colony of dubia roaches. I really don't love crickets, but while my dragon's a juvenile, might not have too many choices. Filtered enclosure. Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trust it. That's the thing. Like, I don't. So, flying monkey. Yes, I could do a filter, but it wouldn't be an organic solvent filter. It wouldn't be an organic vapor filter. it would be a solids filter, and then that doesn't even matter. Because the thing is, like, there's so few solids here anyway. Solids going through the air would barely get to the bearded dragon. I mean, I could even just, if I was worried about that, I could just have like a HEPA filter and I'd be fine, just in the room. But what I'm really concerned with is organic vapors. I think I'm just gonna have a second enclosure. Have reverse ventilation where it sucks in air from outside into his enclosure. It's not a bad idea, but I also don't own this place. Like, I'm not gonna be like changing up the ventilation. This is like an old Victorian house in an old part of an old city, and I rent. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'd say probably not, and it could be done, but I think it'd be just better to have the two enclosures. I mean, the truth is, I'm not doing organic vapor shit here all the time, so not even every day. Probably maybe 1 or 2 days a week. And maybe I just start doing more of. I mean, I don't. The funny thing is, I don't even use so many of the rooms in this apartment. Like, I have a living room. I barely ever go in there because I like watch movies while I'm in here. So, like, I have a TV in the living room, and I could watch movies out there, and I never do, or very rarely do. I should, what I started doing with the Cypher Lords was just like going in there and watching a movie and building models at the same time. If I do more model building in there, there'd probably be more vapor, organic solvent shifting out there rather than in a space like this. So it's probably both better for me and the dragon. Well, and then the other thing is, so Dragon Cam is it's got to be nearby enough to hear for me to get the cam connected to the computer unless I get a wireless cam. So I started looking at wireless cams, but they're expensive and terrible, or you're looking at like weird adapters and stuff. So I think it's just better. I think it's just better off if the days I have a Dragon Cam, he's just in here with me, and I'd rather have him in here with me anyway. And eventually, when he's big enough, he can hang it on my shoulder and hang out for half an hour or so before he's got to go back in basking. That's true too. Yeah, temperature is a big issue. And I live in New England, so it gets cold here. No, that's not true, Bullis, but I know you know that already. Hey, what's up, Showland? Pretty red, yeah. These are pretty red. So that actually, this turned out really well so far. I think now what I want to do is, we're going to hit it with some Evil Suns. I think what I'm just trying to decide is, do I need to hit it with a little white first, and then Evil Suns it? Or do I just hit it with Evil Suns? Let me take a look at a reference image and decide what I feel like. Hold on, not there. Oh, these are actually, Armature Hellglaives are the same thing, and you can see they're a lot more scarlety than Crimson. So we have a lot of room for House Raven to move more into Scarlet, more to sort of the red-oranges. They don't do how to paint on this one, do they? They have it on the website, but this is the same house. We will be doing these chevrons too. Cool new chair! Oh yeah, dude, the chair's been awesome. I've woken up without back pain the last 2 days. I keep ants on my modeling table and love watching them. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I spend so much time in this room alone, it would be nice to have company, even if that company's just a bearded dragon occasionally bobbing its head and waving an arm. Alright, here we go. So, the question is, for me, do I spray white ink and put the scarlet, the crimson over it? Well, I'm not going to use that one, I'm going to use this one. The scarlet over it. Or, I think the answer is yes. Let's do it. I think I'm going to switch to the other airbrush though. I'm going to go even finer. So now I have 3 grades of airbrush. I have small, medium, and large. I had an iguana. They're nice and easy to keep. Iguanas, I don't want to do an iguana though. I mean, I'm definitely doing a beardy. That's not even a question. If I was going to do another reptile that wasn't a beardy, it would be a cresty. And I already have a big cresty set up that's just empty. I already have all the gear for Cresties. I would have to buy some stuff for Beardies, but for Cresties I got everything. Just about everything. I'd have to buy a few things. Here it is. Just looking for that. This old NOS can. Yeah, dude, thank you for helping out with the chair and everything. Everybody who helped donate so I could get this rad chair, it's been helping so much. It's been really great. Plus, I got this airbrush too that was also through funds donated by awesome people wanted to help support me, such as JCrod7776, who is my sponsor from Peninsula Games. Now, so the thing about iguanas is they get so huge, and they're scary when they're big. I mean, even when they like you, like they can accidentally tail whip you and hurt you. I knew a guy years ago had a 5.5 foot iguana. It's just like it's a dangerous beast. Like people don't realize how big they get if you give them enough space and food. And you should. Like that's the other thing too. Is like, yeah, you could keep it small, but you shouldn't if you can avoid it, because that's not what they're not supposed to stay that small. The claws are sharp. Yeah, their claws are sharp. Their teeth are sharp. They can have attitudes. My friend used to get tail whipped a lot. His used to tail whip him like as discipline. Like if his iguana didn't like something he did, he'd get tail whipped. But he wouldn't get tail whipped super hard because I mean they can tail whip you and break your bones and skin and stuff. But you'd just get like no whap. They are pretty easy to keep, though. They're pretty easy to feed. So I've been looking at one particular breeder from Pennsylvania. Hold on. That's fine. I wasn't sure if it was just a little something on top of it. I couldn't tell if there was a hole in the primer. There's not. Yeah, there's a breed called Daichu Dragons, and they're in Pennsylvania, and they've got really nice looking animals coming out all the time. They just had a post on the 25th of their latest animals available for sale. They're not cheap. And a couple people have suggested, and I think it's a good idea, that I do at least take a look for adoptions for Beardies that need a home. See if there's any. Poke around. I'm not even sure where to go for that around here, where there might be some herp adoptions. There's a couple of reptile stores. Actually, I know that some of there's two. I think there's at least two specialty reptile stores in Rhode Island, and I know at least one of them occasionally has a lot of snakes that are up for adoption. So I'd at least probably check there first. Definitely not buying like a Petco bearded dragon. I'd rather have something that definitely was kept in proper conditions early part of its life. Alright, so we're gonna try some white ink. So I haven't misplaced it while I was cleaning up and all that. It should be here. Bottle of Liquitex white ink, and I don't see it. Oh wait, nope, I don't see it. It's neutral gray. Where is the white ink? That could be a problem. It's not where it's supposed to be, and I can't use it. Oh, it's probably in this box. So I did clean up the desk last night because I was looking for that missing part, which I found. So if anybody remembers when I thought I had lost a part, was it Monday night? Yeah, Monday night. I had knocked it off the table. So it was on the table with everything else, and I did knock it off the table. It wasn't like lost weeks before or anything. I literally had knocked it off in those moments right before it where I was like, where is it? It was right on the right side of this chair. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna stand up and look around. Let's see where my white ink is. I'm still here. It's a chair stream, but it's not a chair stream. It's a disembodied voice stream. Where I'm on the far side of the table, poking around and seeing where the hell I put my... Oh, found it. Found it! It depends, Bulos. It depends on... so, most of the ones here are captive bred, and a lot of them have been in, like, long breeding programs, and they've bred them for, like, special traits, like, specifically, like, designer colors and patterns. Like, sometimes I've seen juveniles or breeding, like, reasonable but not exceptional breeding stock of those types to be like $200 US. But I think I've seen them as low as like $40 in pet stores. And you can get unexceptional animals from good breeders for like $75. I've seen adults that go for way more than 200, by the way, too. So I've seen some breeder adults that are like 400 or 500. It depends. It depends on what they are, what their characteristics are, what their genetics are. Oops, sorry. Alright, so now onto the white ink. I don't know why I messed up that thing so bad. Alright, we're gonna switch airbrushes again. We're just gonna spray straight up white ink. What's up, Malev? Welcome back. Oh, Righty Souls is back. The D&D influence is so obvious because... Oh, wait. No. No, Malev isn't back and Righty Souls isn't back. I somehow scrolled up to, like, chat from 7 hours ago. Wait, hold on. Must have hit a key on my keyboard. Like, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it must be weird seeing, like, what an animal has become through, like, captive breeding when you can look outside and there's just a bunch of them there. You're like, oh, there's a bunch of weird beardies right here. Inland bearded dragons. Hey, what's up, Real Diesel? How you doing? I'm doing alright. We're working through a large amount of stuff right now. We have primed a bunch of parts that you can't see that I've moved them off the table in gloss black to get metallics. And I'll do some of those tonight. It's still only 7 o'clock. I then primed these parts that you see in front of me and in Zenithal, and then now we have been spraying them red. I am now about to hit them with some white ink to kind of desaturate some areas where we're going to change to a different tone of red from more scarlet, crimson to scarlet. Oh, you're going to play some WoW? Are you playing Classic? Seems like everybody's playing Classic, and I don't really understand. Can somebody explain to me the appeal of playing Classic WoW? Around waterways? Cool. How often do you need to rinse your wash cup? Oh, like this one? I just did something stupid and turned it red. I usually change my wash cup every day. Nostalgia of the good old days of a much less polished and fun game. That's the reason? Hey, Crinkle Nerd, thank you for the angry cat. I posted a private server for a couple of years. Oh, really? Nostalgia for how WoW used to be, which had a larger sense of community versus the current version where you don't have any real connection to players on your own server. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks, Gaff. The Gaff. So why white ink versus white paint on this step? Simple. The reason is just because it's easier to work with. Well, for one, I don't need to thin down white ink. It's already thin. I just have to put it in the airbrush and spray it. That's really the reason. It's convenience. One of them is ready to spray, the other one is not. This was my thank you for the ice cream song on DLive. People used to give me ice creams, and when the song was playing, I'd be like, thank you for the ice cream, thank you for the ice cream, thank you for the ice cream. Hold on, gotta be able to pull off the tip dry, because it's white, it's gonna have some terrible tip dry. I probably didn't need to go down to this tiny airbrush. I probably could have continued using the other one that I was using. The Crimson looked nice, but it looks more like House Tyrannus than it does House Raven. So let's go Scarlet. It's all gonna get blended together in that next red anyway. Good evening! Just wanted to ask what the white zenith highlight is for. It helps to create volume, and when you're gonna change colors from one to another, if you go to white in between, it allows you to saturate to the new color better than to try to layer it over the other color, the previous color. So I'm going to use a second red over the existing red, but it's going to be more saturated, the second red, in these areas because of where the white is. Sort of narrow this just a little bit. You'll see when we go to the crimson, the scarlet, how scarlety it's going to be. Just a few minutes. Like, why go back if I was already at white? So why go back to white after I just turned the white red? It's because it's because you're creating smaller and smaller gradients, because like each time you do it, you can finesse it a little bit more. We're gonna go back to other airbrush in a second. Right. Alright, I'm gonna rinse this out real quick so it doesn't set up and dry on me. Switch airbrushes, we'll throw the Evil Sun Scarlet on there. Actually, I kind of almost want to... I actually think I'm going to go back, just do a little bit more with this ink. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, you know, maybe I will. I will. I'm going to. Once I'm sure this is clear. Where'd my paper towel go? Oh, I have no paper towel on my table right now. I can't believe I've only been doing this for 3 hours. I feel like I've been streaming for like all day, like 7 hours. I've only been on for 3. Sometimes I stream for long periods of time and it feels like nothing, and sometimes I stream for like no time and it feels like forever. This is the latter. Tried to chat from Mixer. Oh, is Mixer not? Alright, hold on, let me... It might be down or something. Let me just restart it. Sorry, anybody on Mixer? Let me see. I see the restream window. Stream is fine, just Sparks restream isn't coming across. Sparks doesn't usually, but try something else if you still got that window open, Cranky. Oh shit. No, don't. There we go. You know what? I don't like this anyway. Let's rinse this out and not do this. I know how to fix this if I change my mind. I have an idea, but I don't want to do what I'm about to do. Test? Yeah, I don't see anything in Restream. I don't know why it's... Sorry guys, Restream bot seems to be not working correctly. I don't know if I'm missing any other chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on it now. It's going the other way, it's just not picking up from Mixer, right? It's weird. Was it always doing that? No, it was working before, I think, maybe kind of. Definitely earlier, there were people on Mixer. Redzy was around, and so was Sarcastic Cynic and some other people. So it wasn't always not working. It was fine for a while. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know what, that's the downside of relying on this one weird technology to make this work, is if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, it craps the bed, and that's that. We're gonna, you know what, maybe we need to start having patron goals. I think that's, unfortunately, Streamlabs doesn't integrate that well with Patreon to do cool stuff like that. we're just gonna have to. I think we're gonna start having patron goals, and we're gonna figure out what I can do if we hit the patron goal for the day. That's what I want to do. All right, Evil Sun Scarlet going into this airbrush. We're gonna make shit happen now. Be back in a bit. Gonna go grab a drink and a cup to clean my brush. Do it. I broke it with the Angry Cat. Yeah, that's possible. Angry Cat has been known to break things. I blame you. God, I'm hungry. Fuck. I still have some rice from lunch. Oh, I think I know what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm gonna have some edamame. Alright, let's see if we can't get this mixed up. Good to go. So my question that didn't restream over was, do you use an opaque ink or a transparent? I'm pretty sure it's pretty transparent. I didn't intentionally select an opaque, but it doesn't matter that much. Where does it say? This one actually doesn't have its transparency or opacity listed. Usually they do. Primo meals. Oh, healthy choice meals? Oh yeah? What do you think? Good stuff? I have a friend who is obsessed with edamame. I've been debating getting some inks or thinning my paints to glaze since I bought a bunch. Yeah, you know what? Like, use whatever you have. Feel free to like stretch out and get a bunch of other stuff too. But like, you can often figure out how to use what you have to do the things you want to do. You don't necessarily always need to buy other crazy things to do specialized things like glazing. You can glaze with anything. Alright, so I'm super happy with how this came out now. So this is closer to what I wanted than the crimson from before, but it's got bits of that crimson and it's got the pre-shade from the hull red. So that's about what I wanted. So we'll continue making more. Put my mask back on in a minute.
Edamame is awesome. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but I do eat it probably once a week at least. I usually pick up a bag of frozen edamame when I go to the grocery store. Special Joe? How you doing? Good to see you. What's new? What's good? What's good? Oh, my hand's dirty now. Is my stream still live? I can't even see it on Mixer. Is Mixer down? Nope, it's not down. Alright, 3 big ones to go here. Get these ratified.
So when I finish these, just like the ones that the Hawk Shrug ones, they need to sit for a few hours and cure. All that primer and ink and paint just needs to dry. Getting Five Guys? Nice. Is it getting delivered? We're gonna go pick it up. Damn, I haven't had Five Guys in a while. I think one of the times I drove out to Dead Zone's place, I might have grabbed it on the way. But this stuff's got to dry a little bit. Then it can get edge highlighted. I think most of the washing is going to happen through oil washes at the end. So I'm not going to do any washes on any of this stuff. I can get away with it for right now because of the airbrushing. But I will do washes on these. It'll just be an oil wash at the very end, even after decals. Five Guys. See, now, Real Diesel, we are always influencing Real Diesel to eat stuff. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to say it's a bad thing, but... Are you getting them one at a time, or all at once? You know, J-Crod's probably getting them all at once.
Yep. I'm pretty sure J-Crowd style would be to get them all at once. Go big or go home! Oh shit. Yeah, that's fine. Got a little bit of splotchy spray, that's alright. Okay. We have done a lot of airbrushing today. These airbrushes are going to need a nice cleaning later. Oops, I see something I missed over on this one. Not my own. So a lot of this is going to get covered up too. So some of these guys are getting chevron. Actually, all of these big ones are pretty much getting chevron. I think maybe one of them's not. I gotta double check. Alright, pause, time out. Let's do a little bit of cleaning. You know, I'm almost done. Yeah, we needed to do that. I was getting in the way. Oh, much better. There we go. That's all it took.
Alright, I think that's pretty much it for the reds. So now if I hold one up, you can see how if I hold it at an angle like this, you've got like how it darkens as it gets towards the front corner, how it lightens as we get up to about here, and then it stays darker on the side again, and how it's dark again on the back edge and on the back corners. It's going to be trimmed and stuff painted, but you can see how it kind of, the shades change as you go along the surface. And that should be true here too, kind of following the shape. So it kind of goes from light to dark and light to dark along the panel. And then going across, it gets darker on the side here. Oops, damn it. Darker on that side edge and then brighter on the front. Edge highlights and washes will pick a lot of this stuff out too, but I don't want to do any of that until after I've figured out where all the chevrons are going to go. There's a lot more taping to be done. Some of these are going to be split in half too, like one of these is going to get split in half and then one half's going to be painted black. There's a lot of that kind of stuff to do. Oh, the Warhammer news at 8, right? Because it's the Nova starts tonight or tomorrow? Well, Nova starts tomorrow, but they're doing the press conference thing tonight or whatever, right? So, yeah, I'm expecting some Beast Grave news. 8 o'clock. We got half an hour to go. Maybe I can try to stay on. I'm getting hungry though. I might be able to. I'm gonna go to the other room and grab a snack. I'll try to stay on for this news at 8. Well, I don't know when they're gonna actually drop the news for everybody else to see it. I don't know if they'll do that at 8 or what. Us plebs. So now what I definitely do not want to do with these armor pieces, and I'll show you the yellow ones. They came out really nice. Is what I definitely do not want to do at this point is tape them now, because they're not cured, and the tape will peel up paint. Because it's essentially, it looks like dried paint, but it's not fully dried paint. This paint is dry enough to handle, but it's not really dry enough to trust to not come off. Yeah, I'm probably going to. So, what would happen is I would varnish Well, see, that's the problem. The best thing would be to varnish, but then the issue is how many times am I going to want it varnishing? Because, alright, if I varnish, then I tape, then I do the other bits. Here's where it gets problematic. Okay, the best thing to do before varnishing would be to do all my edge highlights. Then my edge highlights are locked in, I varnish the whole thing. But if I do all my edge highlights and all that before I varnish, what I really need to do to prevent a lot of excess work is I need to decide what areas are going to get taped on each one and maybe like number it or something so I know, oh hey, by the way, this one is going to be half black on this side, don't bother edge highlighting any of the red on this side. Otherwise I'm going to wind up edge highlighting all sorts of shit that I don't want to. Or I varnish it, then I tape it, then I spray all of the other stuff. I actually think I'm not going to tape it until... I'm not going to varnish it. I'm going to try it without varnish. Because I've got really low tack Tamiya tape. And see how that works. That's what I'm going to try. And if it doesn't work, if it causes problems, then I'll switch tactics. But I don't think I want to create an extra step if I can avoid it. Because I'm already going to have to varnish these so many times. Because I have to varnish it before oil wash, and I should varnish the surfaces that I'm going to put decals on before I put the decals on. So, I'm already sort of obligated to do 2 varnish steps. How many times do I want to varnish for real? It could get silly real fast. Yeah, that tape should be fine. I agree. It's if anything, I'm worried that it's too low tack, and I'm gonna wind up with paint underneath. That's what I'm more worried about. All right, we're just trying to quickly get this airbrush partially cleaned up at least. No, I'm not happy enough yet to put it down. The new airbrush has been awesome. I'm so happy. I can't wait to varnish with it too. It's gonna be a fucking cheese. I got the Mr. Hobby PS266. It's the 0.5 millimeter Pro Convoy. What the hell's a Pro Convoy? Let's be honest, Pro Convoy sounds like some sort of prolapsed rectum something. It doesn't sound good. Printing a fuckload of War Layer 4 modular terrain. Cool, sounds awesome. War Layer. Pro Convoy. I don't still have the box. I think I moved it to the other room. But it's Wait, where did I put my Pro Convoy? Where are you? This is not you. Oh, here it is. PS266. Wow, did I already manage to obliterate this number? Yeah, I did. Probably 6. Those numbers are going away super fast. It's a nice brush, yeah. It was 105 bucks. Well, this one, it was like 65 bucks. I bought it last year. I should have bought that one last year. Last year I was between buying this one and that one, and I wound up buying this one, and I wind up regretting it like immediately. Well, I didn't know when I bought this one. I should put them up on screen at the same time. I didn't realize when I bought this one last year that it was a 2mm cup. So for priming, like, I have to keep refilling because this thing, even if I fill it to the top, it's only 2 mLs. Yeah. I needed a better. My point two is fine. It was a larger brush that I needed a better airbrush. It was my all-purpose airbrush that I needed a bigger one. I think that's a 15 ml cup or a 30 ml cup. I think it's 15 ml. 15 mls is like a paint pot. It's a whole paint pot. It might be 10. No, I think that's 15. That looks like 15. Yeah. Because a GW paint pot is 12 mls. That's at least the size of a GW paint pot. Oh, Masters one? For point two? Or just in general you have one? Like that. Alright, that's soaking for a minute. Let's take a look at the yellows. Alright guys, I gotta use the bathroom again. I'll be right back. And I'll show you the yellows. So there's the yellows. Oops. Yeah, so we have our House Hawk Shroud, which look like this. These are the ones I did yesterday. And we have our House Raven. The House Hawk Shroud doesn't get a ton of other patterning. Some of them will have some red panels. Like some of the windows and whatever. Some of the little areas will be red. On the red one, some of them, they're going to get black and yellow chevrons. It's a 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 swappable. Oh, that's cool. It's pretty nice that they made it swappable like that on a Masters. Can I fit all these in this one tray? Probably not. No, I don't think so. Alright, you know what? I think I do need to spray some metallics next, but I think I'm going to take a break. Now, this is Wednesday. I'm not even supposed to be streaming today. And then I will, after my break, I will probably come back. Well, I have to spray metallics no matter what. I'm still on the clock today. Yeah, these I accidentally got some staining on with some red, but I don't think it's gonna matter. These are gonna get chevrons only. Do most people finish nights with matte or gloss? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm probably gonna finish the entire night with gloss, and then maybe hit parts of it with satin. But I want to hit it with gloss because of all the metallics. And then I'll probably hit it with either satin or matte in specific areas. You know what? I might even wind up treating it kind of like a zenithal. So here's what I'm probably thinking I might do. Like, hit the whole thing with gloss. Hit this with satin, like kind of generally around the armor plate that's not glossy, like this armor plate, staying away from the metal, and then come back and maybe just do some little highlights with matte varnish. Yeah, satin is... you know what? I like satin. I know everybody's always like, matte, ultra matte, the matter the better, so much matte. But, dude, satin, I love satin. I'm all about that satin. All about that satin. All that satin. No matting. Alright, need a box to put this in. All about that satin, all that satin, no matter. Yeah, I think satin helps smooth things out nicely. Yeah, I agree. You know what looks really bad in matte? Black. Matte black sometimes just looks terrible. It just looks gray. You can't get it to look black. With a little bit of shininess, it looks blacker than when it's just completely matte. Alright, so the next thing up on the table for tonight, there's plenty of things I could do, is to go back to this and start getting all of our armor plates in for our Canis Rex. So this is for the Canis Rex character night, so you can see he's going to have all of this shiny metal. There's actually, I think, a painting guide thing here, yeah. So I'm not using any of the GW colors, because I can get much nicer metallics using the Vallejo metal color. But this is why we did these in gloss black, because it's going to look way more awesomely metally when I spray it with the metals. Which I'm going to try to do tonight. We're gonna spray it through my new airbrush. This bad boy. I'm gonna take a break, eat some food, and clean all three of these out. Make sure that they're in tip-top shape. Also clean out this cup. Look at this water cup. You know how I did this is because here's the stupid thing, right? So maybe somebody's got a better idea. I mean, you know what? I should drip dropple. You guys know that drip dropple technique from Malev? I don't use it very often, but I have these air paints. I have a couple of these old Citadel air paints. They kind of suck, I must say. They're not great. But without using drip dropple technique, it's really hard to transfer. So what I often wind up doing is using one of these pipettes. But then sometimes what I wind up doing is sticking this in the paint water and then kind of trying to flush out all of the like red paint that's in this damn pipette. But then obviously my paint water cup turns completely red. So gloss black looks amazing, but not really at mini scale. Well, it's not supposed to stay glossy. This is obviously not going to stay glossy. This is just for the sake of metals. You know what is so crazy about having this gloss black though, and also the really nice metals? I can even just see. I can see the mold, like the machine lines from the molds. These aren't even from me. These are from the. I can see all of that in it. I mean, it's fine. It still looks better than looking at Lead Belcher, but... Oh, no, I know. Sholan, I know that wasn't Kristen. We're all good. Okay, I'm gonna take this glove off. I'm just feeling like I need a relaxing something for a minute here. I don't know why that felt so... I've only been doing it for 4 hours, but it feels a little stressful. All that airbrushing. Maybe I'm breathing something into my lungs that's making me feel that way. Alright. Still a lot of work to get done tonight. I'd love to do something fun. Can I come back and we can work on Mangler Squigs? Yeah, I gotta work on Canis Rex tonight, because tomorrow I'm not gonna be around, so... What I should do is go down and try to clear some more shit out of the trunk of my car. The trunk of my car still is filled with board games. If it's not raining out, I'm gonna go make a couple trips up and down the stairs to remove... I took Gloomhaven up, but Kingdom Death is still down in the trunk. And I think there's still some other games down there. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday! Happy birthday, Sholan! I almost forgot. Well, I did forget. I totally forgot. Happy birthday, Sholan! Happy birthday to you. Alright. Paint some Kingdom Death minis with me. No way, man. I'm done with Kingdom Death like forever. That's one of those things that if somebody had a good commission, I would take it, but overall I'm not that excited about Kingdom Death stuff. There's lots of people. It's funny. I don't know. It's just taste. There's a lot of people on Twitch that love painting Kingdom Death and love painting Creature Caster, but aesthetically, I don't like either very much. They're just not for me. Yeah, happy birthday, man. Are you doing anything fun for your birthday? Are you doing anything over the weekend? You gonna go away or anything like that? Alright, let's find somebody to raid on Twitch. Oh, this is not updated. These are all people from like several hours ago. Who's on right now? What's Wednesdays? There's a million people on. Get to work tomorrow? Of course. It's Thursday. Nikki's on. We can go over there. Malev is on. Oh, Palooka. Palooka's on. I'm on. I think. I'm leaning towards Wolf Lord or Palooka because they don't have a lot of viewers. If you're on Mixer, hang tight. I'm going to try to find somebody if I can to raid. And if you're on DLive, same thing. I don't have that many people to raid on either of those platforms. I don't know as many people. We could raid Ninja. Gonna watch anime, nice! Oh, I'm the top artist and creative right now on Mixer because I have 7 viewers. How awesome is that? And also, how sad is that? Yeah, we're gonna raid Skulls though on Mixer. Host Skulls though. And we're gonna go over to Palooka. Yeah, we'll do Palooka. Alright guys, thank you so much.